And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh will not heed you, so that I may lay my hand on Egypt and bring my armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgment. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord when I stretch out my hand on Egypt and bring out the children of Israel from among them. I want to talk today, if you will, from the subject of when God takes the brakes off of you. When God takes the brakes off of you. Whether it's a motorized vehicle or a self-propelled vehicle, all vehicles have brakes. Brakes stop the vehicle from getting out of control. Whether they're on the handlebars, in a car, they're found next to the pedal. So if you're going too fast, you just hit the brakes. If you're going too fast and pull forward down the street, you better hit the brakes. Amen. I know something about that. Brakes are designed to restrain the vehicle. Well, we got a God who serves as a restrainer. He puts the brake on us. But when God gets tired of doing it and takes the brake off of you, you're headed for trouble. Israel had been in bondage for 430 years. They were down in Egypt. They went there 70 strong, and over 430 years they grew to over 1 million people. They were not really in Egypt proper, they were in Goshen, which was the suburbs of Egypt. Because the Egyptians did not lack sheep herders, and they were regarded as being lowlifes. Now, little did they know, it was God who created the separation. Because God did not want them commingling with the Egyptians. Under Joseph's reign, they fared well. But the book says there came a king who did not know Joseph. In other words, there was a change of dynasty. A change of administration. Which now means there's a change of expectation. This new king, this new Pharaoh, did not know what a blessing it was to have Israel in the camp. So as their numbers began to increase, he became alarmingly threatened. For he feared that if they continued to multiply, that they would perhaps overthrow him. So he assigned a taskmaster to them and made them build cities. They were put under duress. Little did they know that God was going to use the duress to get them ready to come out of Egypt, that they might find some rest. The king increased the hardship, but the voice of the people went up to God. They began to cry out to God. God hears, and then God responds. One thing about God we can all say is that the Lord never sleeps. The Bible says, he that keepeth thee neither slumbers nor sleepeth. So it is useless for you to be up all night long trying to burn the midnight oil, but God already has everything under control. the more they cried, the more their cries intensified. And then God raises up a leader by the name of Moses. Moses spent the first 40 years in Egypt, being trained in Egyptian culture. He knew Egyptian law because one day he was going to give the law. He understood Egyptian Jewish rulers. Moses was very familiar with Egyptian culture.
Yes. Yes.
But then Moses decided to take matters into his own hands. And as a result, he ended up being exiled.
Yes.
Left out there in the wilderness for 40 years. Now, what God was doing is, it took 40 years for the Egyptians to indoctrinate Moses. God took 40 more years to get Egypt out of Moses. You see, a whole lot of people have come out of the world, but the world is still. A lot of folk are in the church, but they have not yet made the separation. They've not divorced themselves from the influence of the world. And that's why sometimes when trouble breaks out of the church, we act just like the folk in the world. Because even though they're in church, church is not really in them. God shows up in a burning bush, commissions Moses, tell Moses, now go back. I want you to bring my people out of Egypt. Moses goes through a few changes. God dismissed the changes. Moses makes excuses. God dismissed the excuses. Moses tells God, I cannot speak, I'm a stutterer. God said, I knew that when I come. You don't use your excuses not to do my will. Who made the blind eyes? Who made the deaf ears? Did not I the Lord? I knew that Moses was a cloud. But take your brother Aaron and he will speak for him. If you got any problem with communicating, I got your brother who 3 years your senior. Let Aaron do the talking for him. Moses finally gives in. Moses was the only man that was interviewed by God personally for a job. Now that Moses has conceded to go, Aaron goes with him. They go before this Pharaoh. Now understand about Pharaoh. Pharaoh did not grow up knowing anything about God. He was the king, the ruler of Egypt, and Egypt was a pagan culture. They worshiped all kinds of gods. He did not have the benefit like we have today of being exposed to God by reading the Word of God. Pharaoh was already a wreck undone. He was already a heathen. He had no respect for anything but what he knew about Egyptian culture and what he thought was, because I'm the king, I'm the authority. Oh my God. So when God sends Moses to tell him to let my people go, he want to know, well, who are you? That you can talk to me. Who you tell me what I ought to do with my king? And the book says that God said, Moses, now he ain't going to listen to you because I'm going to harden his heart. This poses a problem. And I want to explain to you why this needs to be carefully dealt with. The book says, God said, I will harden his heart. Now listen, God cannot be involved in evil. It will cause cosmic chaos for a holy God who's totally holy, totally righteous, to be involved in evil. But what God will do is, he will use evil. He will use the devil to do his dirty work. God ain't got to do but one thing. Let's take the brake off of your and my heart. And when God decided to take the brake off of Pharaoh, Pharaoh's heart got hot. Because he thought that he was in charge. God allowed him, whenever there was a sign shown, Pharaoh didn't soften his heart. Let me give you two illustrations here, if you will. If you expose ice to the sun, it will melt. If you expose clay to the sun, it'll get hard. Now the sun, the same sun that melts ice, will harden clay. And when the truth of God's word is exposed to our heart, you better be careful what it's made of. Because when God exposed the truth to you and you don't know God, your heart will get hard. But when you know God and the truth has been exposed, it'll soften your heart. So one of my prayers to God always is, God, keep my heart pliable. Keep it where you can shake it, where you can move it. I don't want to be hard-hearted. For to be hard-hearted means that now God has got to do with us what God told Jeremiah to Israel. Tell them, I said, it's hammer time. I'll take my hammer, and since you won't humble yourself, I'll humble you. Because I will rise up and break the backbone of the power to remind you I made you. I am the potter. You are the clay. Your life is in my hand. It's not in your own hand. Pharaoh didn't know that. So God took the break off. Well, he sent plague after plague. Each one of those plagues was an assault against the God of Egypt. There were 10 plagues. The last plague was the killing of the firstborn. Yes. But now, bear in mind that what affected them in Egypt didn't affect them down in Goshen. Right. Huh? Right. Egypt suffered, but not Israel. Because God kept those plagues off of them. And I want to tell somebody this morning that when you in Him and He's in you, there's some things that God will keep off of you. If you just stay with it. If you stay with God, He will protect you. He will provide for you. 10,000 shall fall on thy right and on thy left, but they shall not come nigh unto thee. For the Lord is my helper. He's a better life in the time of a battle. Yes, Pharaoh didn't know that. So God took the brakes off. Pharaoh kept on. God said, Israel, now take the lamb, take the blood, put it in the basin. Don't eat no leavened bread. Take the hyssop bush and put the blood over the lintel. And tonight, when the death angel shows up, when I see the blood, and I will pass over you. God came through the land and hit the birth of the cattle, the goats, the sheep, everything was the firstborn. God killed it. He killed Pharaoh's son, that Pharaoh might know. Well, Pharaoh momentarily felt a sense of powerlessness. Said, Moses, go ahead and take it. Get out of here. Y'all can leave. Not just leave empty, but take all that you need. Now, when Israel left Egypt, they did not leave Egypt broke. Amen. They left with gold, silver, cattle, livestock, everything they needed for the journey, they left with it. Pharaoh said, go, just get up a camp. Leave. You see what the flies couldn't do. What the frogs could do, what the light could do, what the ruby turned into blood could do. God did. Oh, one night, when He got His attention, when He let Pharaoh know that I am the Lord, God Almighty, I sit high and I look low, and I hold the rein of time in my hand. I don't care how great you think you are. I'll put you where you are. If I put you there, I will bring you down. Yes, sir. Pharaoh, for a moment, heart was softened. Israel leaves. He get to thinking, all my free labor going. Huh? I can't deal no more cities with free labor. So he mounts up his army. Little did he know, God was setting him up. Setting him up. Setting him up. That he might know that God is in charge. He pursues them. But watch what God does. God convenes a cloud. It was called his Shekinah glory. That cloud was a cloud by day and fire by night. And Pharaoh, no matter how hard he pursued, he was never able to catch up with him. Because God kept separation. Oh, I stopped by to tell you, the devil may do what he does, but he can't catch up with you. He may be an addiction when he can't destroy you. He may cause you some problems when he can't handle you. Because if God be for you, he's more than the world against you. They had divine protection. And every child of God this morning, you got divine protection. Quit moaning and groaning and give God the glory. I know you got issues. God knows you got issues. But God never stops watching over you. For he that keepeth thee watching thee day and night. Thank God for his amazing grace. Then they get to an impasse. We call it a vacate. But they can't go no further. They couldn't back up. They couldn't climb mountains. They couldn't cross the distance. They were stuck like Chuck. Tore up from the floor. Standing there complaining. God said, Moses, tell the people, fear not. Fear not. I'm with you. Moses, what's in your hand? The same rod you used to show my power in Egypt. When that rod became a serpent, and the magician showed up, their rod became a snake. But God's snake is a snake. The same hand, I told you to put it in. He was left. Take it out. In spite of the snow. Moses used what's in your hand. Well, what do we have in our hand? We got the word of God. We got God's promise. If you use the promise like God wants you to use it, if you put the word on it, you can stop complaining about it. Because God will respond to his word. Pharaoh is in hot pursuit. People are panicking. Oh my God. What am I doing next? Then God causes the east wind. And he used the east wind to blow all night long. Now anything God creates, he got the right to use it. He created the east wind. And the west wind. And the north wind. And the south wind. You see, everything moves by the power of God. There is nothing in this universe that God does not control. The Bible says, if he were the stars in the sky, he knows them by name. There are 1,000,000 stars in the Milky Way galaxy, and there are other galaxies, and God knows them all. By name. They belong to him. He created them. If God created them, he got the right to use them. God had the right to use a donkey to speak to a stubborn prophet who couldn't see what the donkey saw. The donkey saw the angel in the way. But Balaam did. He hit the donkey. Why you hitting on me? I see something standing in the path that you don't see. Thank God for the spirit of discernment for us to see what God had us to see. Yes, had Balaam not stopped, God would have killed him. So he spoke to the mule. Spoke to the donkey. Donkey ain't been talking since now. Ain't no donkey passing no church. Ain't no donkey on the deacon board. Ain't one in the pulpit. So don't use that for a reason. Yeah, the snake spoke through the devil spoke through the snake. Ain't no snake talking now. And if they did, He said that to say anyway.
Yes, sir.
God took the brakes off of Pharaoh.
Yeah.
He hardened his heart by removing the restraint. Don't let God remove the restraint from you.
All right now.
God's Holy Spirit is what keeps us from crossing the line.
Yes, it is.
Pharaoh didn't know that. Israel, after the east wind backed up the water, 1 million people stepped on the riverbed, on dry ground. They went marching through. When they got to the other side, God was ready now to pull the trigger.
All right now.
I already set you up.
Yeah.
I took the brakes off you.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to show you what I do when you're in my control.
All right now.
They got in the riverbed.
Oh, my.
Thought that they were going to pursue and recapture the Israelites.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, chariots got stuck.
All right now.
Horses couldn't move.
Come on
They
now.
started kicking off. Horses standing still.
All right.
Wow, they began to panic.
Yeah.
Because God was in charge. I told you, don't play with me. I'm God. I'll put you up. I'll take you down. But I let the brakes off you. I will control whatever happens to you. So the water came on me. Pharaoh and the army, they drowned in the Red Sea. Because God took the brakes off.
Yes, it is.
Listen, the Christian, listen if you will.
Oh, sir.
We have a restraint
That's
called the Holy Spirit. He lives in you. So we are told by God to walk after the Spirit, that you might not fulfill the lust of the flesh. We are told not to grieve the Spirit. We are told not to quench the Spirit.
all right.
We are told to be in control by the Spirit. Now here's what this is for us. The human heart is a master of disguising the facts. When God tells you something about you that you don't want to hear, we justify, don't we?
Yeah.
Let me give you one telltale sign of a hard-hearted Christian. In one word, procrastination. When you put off for the moment what God told you to do 5 years ago,
All right now.
it's because your heart is hard. God told you to lean on me, and I'll take care of it. God told you to depend on me, and I'll see you through. But no, you say, no, Lord, not yet.
Yes.
I got some things I want to get done. You are telling God that your heart has been hard. When the Bible says that the day you hear my voice, harden not your heart. The day you hear God, don't buck up against him. And don't let your mind, you see, the easy person in the world of food is ourselves.
Yeah.
We can think that we're in God's will, when in fact we're not. We're doing our own thing. And what God does with Christians is, He don't always stop them.
No.
He didn't stop David from committing adultery and murder. And he was a man after God's own heart. David, the one that penned the 23rd Psalm, now had to pen Psalms of 51.
All right.
When he prayed to God, don't take your spirit from me. Don't remove the restraint. I know I messed up. He said, but now I will teach transgressors what not to do. I'm telling you, just because you're a Christian, don't mean that God won't let you trip yourself up. And here's how He does it. He allows your body to be destroyed. but your spirit will be saved.
Saved.
When you keep going up against God, when God keeps saying stop, and you keep saying go, when God keeps saying go left, and you want to go right, when God keeps saying back up, you want to go forward, God will let you do what you do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, He will.
And whatever comes on you,
That's right.
you don't want to know yourself.
Oh, now.
Because your witness is with God.
Right.
Oh, every child of God ought to pray that God now remove the restraints. It'll keep you praying when you don't feel like praying.
Yes, it will.
It'll make you forgive your enemies when you want to take vengeance on them. It'll make you love and you know don't love you. It'll make you give the best of yourself when you're being unappreciated. I thank God for holy restraint. It keeps us from doing crazy things. And let me tell you as I close, don't you be fooled. If it had not been for the restraining power of the Holy Ghost, you wouldn't be saved. But God kept you when you couldn't keep yourself. It was God watching over you. You were in your devilment. You were out there wide open. Didn't care about anybody. God was still watching over you. Well, I love the song. All day.
All day.
All day. Hey!
Keep watching.
Keep on watching over me. All day. And all night. The power of God. Thank God for His power. Thank God He's the strength. Thank God for the grace. Thank God for the love. Thank God for the mercy. Thank God for the peace. Thank God. Thank God.
Yes, sir.
And you didn't take the weight over me.
Thank God.
Sometimes, when I think about it, I just start crying. For God knows. Looking at David, I said, boy, I should have been where you are. I was a rascal. I stole the gun to kill a man. I was going to kill that boy as soon as he showed up. But God sent the boy in another direction.
Come on now. What you mean?
To keep me from putting myself behind the wall.
Right now.
You see, it'll humble you when you think about it. Because I know and I understand. Even when I was in South Carolina, at a retreat for a religious folk, we got that Bible for folk that were purpose. Now we were there to glorify God. But word got back to me that some boys there had used the N-word. So they came and got Gangster Jones. I said, now show me where they are, Rob Doc. And he's up there dancing. So we surrounded the boy. I was like, hey, young man, I understand you using racial slurs. No, I didn't. The boy said, yes, you did. Because we heard you. I said, man, look at him. I didn't come here to fight, but I will fight. And I will bust your head down to the white meat and still be saved. I said, but I'm not going to let the devil reign on God forever. So I'm going to look this thing. We're going to dance, do the honey-honey, the boogaloo, the Charleston, whatever comes to your mind. We'll have a good time and forget about it. And thank God we did. Because when we did our show before over 3,000 people, the folk gave us a standing ovation. Now just think now, can I start a fight? My ball was ready. 25 and one had a brick bigger than the brick was bigger than he was.
Show enough. Show enough.
Oh, God.
My Lord.
But God kept me under restraints
Amen.
for his glory. And I was just a teenager. But I understood something about God. That the same God that brought me here was able to keep me here.
Right now.
And to keep me restrained
Yeah.
from crossing the line. Don't cross the line with God. Because God will remove the brakes. And when he does that, whatever you have to suffer, it's on you. It ain't on God.
Amen.
So had you heard him, had you stopped, had you heard his voice, you would have been delivered.
Jesus.
The day if you hear it and you don't know him. If you hear his voice talking to you, you want to get up and recommit yourself to him. Don't let God take the brakes off you. I want to say this before I close. A few years ago, back in the 90s, my wife and I, we had bought some bicycles. Now, we hadn't ridden bicycles in about 2 or 3 years. So one day we decided to go ride. Miss Jones jumped on her bike. She didn't test the bike out. Jumped on it. And we lived in this duplex out in the country club. There was a hill that went straight down. You ever gets on a bicycle? She started riding, and the bike wouldn't stop, and she panicked. Now the brakes were on handlebar. They do that now. She went to rolling down the hill to get up. She couldn't stop. They jumped off the bike.
Oh, my God.
They let the bike run out of running. No, she held on to the bike and went down the hill and fell in the ditch. And then she accused me of trying to kill her. Why you blaming me? I didn't take you on the bicycle, girl. She said, I tried to brake, but the brake line broke. Why I didn't brake? Why you blaming me?
Take me down.
And guess what? She ain't rolled back since. That was 1992. Amen. Don't let God keep the brakes off you. Listen to him. Hear his voice. Obey his word. And God will keep some stuff off you that otherwise will take you. We ask you to stand this morning.